Mars in astrology represents how people pursue the things that they desire, how they take action, as well as their sexual drive. It also lets us know their approach into getting the things that they want. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Matriarch Astrology. I'm Ileana Reyes, and in today's video we are going to be going through Mars in all of the zodiac signs. So as always, we're going to start off with Mars in the sign of Aries. Their first reaction to any type of resistance or any type of attack from someone else is going to be one of aggression or one of like a direct forceful energy. This is due to like Mars being at home in the sign of Aries. They're going to act more rash, more bashful, especially if they are upset. However, when they're trying to just get something done, that doesn't mean that they're going to take an aggressive approach to getting things done on a normal day basis. That's only if they feel like they're being crossed is where you're going to see more of that aggressive energy come out, and really quickly. They can also be impatient when getting things done, so I don't see this as a sign that is going to get things done like without any type of resistance. I feel like they may need a break to then come back to whatever it is that they're trying to do, to be able to come back to it later, because they're just impatient and they may not have the patience to do something that's going to take a long time. So if that is you and that's the case, then just take breaks. So learn not to give up, but to take breaks. And people with Mars in Aries are very goal oriented. They're very ambitious. This is cardinal energy. So they do have the drive and the stamina, and they do want to set high goals and, you know, high standards for themselves. They just always want to be reminded to take some breaks so that they don't wear themselves out. Now, when it comes to their sexual energy, they are very open and free, and they're going to go towards any type of person that they're interested in a very direct manner. This could be the energy of being very quick in the sheets. Okay, I'm just saying it could be. Depends, but it could be very quick in the sheets, wanting to get straight to the point. I see like foreplay as being kind of boring to them, because remember, this is like quick, impulsive energy. So the whole drawn out process of foreplay, I think, is not really going to be suitable for those with Mars and Aries. They want to get quick, like I said, to the point, and not something that's going to take a long time. Also, this energy can be very sex driven and not very much romantic. So I wouldn't expect this grand gesture of romance. Again, house placement and also aspects will sway this either way. So just take this with a grain of salt. Next up, we have Mars in the sign of Taurus. Now, this is the energy that's going to deliberate and take their time. They're going to wait before taking action. But once they do decide to take action, they're going to follow through. So I see this as steady wins the race, that type of energy. So the energy here is earth energy. So we see practicality, very goal oriented, going to be ambitious and hardworking, just like the other earth signs. But this is fixed earth. So they may resist change, or they may resist any type of pushback, or especially if you're trying to push them to do something, that's where you're really going to get them to really put in the brakes. They don't want to be forced or feel like they are being pushed to do something. So if you want them to do it, allow them to do something at their own time and try not to push them to move any quicker. Also, they're going to be more comfortable in environments and taking action towards something that they are already familiar with, because they do like when they can know what to expect, because again, they don't like sudden changes. So I see them as taking more action towards something that they already have some type of awareness of, or they're comfortable with, than something that's new and unknown. So these people may take action towards things that they know is going to make them happy, as opposed to maybe something that might be better for them, because again, they just like knowing and that routine. So whatever makes them happy, and it may be at the cost of something that actually would be best for them. So when it comes to the sexual nature of Mars and Taurus, here we're going to see those that want to seek pleasure and sensuality in the bedroom. So that means like physical touch, you know, setting the mood in the room, having the nice lights, the candle lit type of interactions that's going to really motivate them and bring in that intense energy. These are or can be the most physically sensual and sexual partners. Consistent type of relationship, consistent partners are something that is going to be a must for those with Mars in Taurus, because they are willing to take the time to connect with their partner. They want to know what their partner likes. They want to make sure they touch their partner in the right way. They take their time and it's not a rush. So that's why I say that it may be the most sensual or sexual partner, because they really are studying the other person. And finally, they do have that reliable stamina. Again, slow and steady wins the race. So they may not be so quick and take their time, and they have a lot of stamina to do so. Here we're going to see the energy of quick thinking and also flexible. So their approach to taking action is going to be pretty quick, similar to Aries. However, they're going to have more of a mental calculations, or mentally thinking about something before taking action. But so Mars and Gemini may take action towards communicating with others and towards sharing their ideas and their perspectives. So someone with Mars and Gemini may need to be constantly busy, because they do have a tendency to get bored, because we are connecting that Mars energy and the Gemini Mercurial energy together. So this may be somebody that needs to constantly be stimulated both physically and mentally. Similar to Mars and Aries, this is someone that may start a project but may not follow through on it. So if you are going to want to start something or pursue something, make sure that you're also giving yourself breaks, mental breaks. That way you're able to come back to that project or something that you are trying to pursue, and not just forget about it and give it up. They're going to have an approach more with humor. So if they're having a type of discussion or argument or any type of conflict, they may actually bring in some humor into the situation to help calm things down. These people are social and very good networkers, so they may take action towards networking with other people when it comes to like their work or their goals. They're going to find a way to try to network to get their desired result. Similar to Mars and Libra, they may have trouble deciding things because they do see a whole variety of perspectives. So when they're trying to make a decision or trying to move forward with something, that can be something that's challenging for them. So make sure that you just maybe have two things to choose from, and really just go with your intuition if that's, a little bit out of the mind and more into the heart space, and just follow a bit more of that intuition. They're going to take action towards socializing and building partnerships. Now, I don't think that that's more romance based. I think it's more just to have partnerships and somebody that they can collab with or work with, or just socialize in general, making friends and things like that. Now, when it comes to the bedroom, these people may like the dirty talk, as well as kissing and other oral pleasures. Now, I think these people will like role playing, and they will like, maybe making a story out of something and just making it a little bit more interesting in the bed, because they do get bored easily again. So they may need something to stimulate them, like some type of role play. Okay, next up we have Mars in the sign of Cancer. The first thing I will say about Mars in Cancer is I see this energy as very passive aggressive. I've heard a saying once that having Mars in Cancer is like taking a soldier and putting them into a bakery and saying, all right, this is where you're going to be. This is how you're going to express yourself and express your energy. So Mars is like that soldier that wants to go to war and be aggressive and all this stuff. And then being in Cancer is like, no, we're going to take you, we're going to put you in this bakery, and we're going to bake some pies and some cupcakes and stuff like that. So that's where we get that passive aggressive energy, where they may not want to be confrontational. However, it's still Mars energy, so it's gonna like have that passive aggressiveness. These people are going to take action towards something that is very emotional for them, something very personal that they have that intuitive emotional connection to. They may take action towards improving their home, because this is the ruler of the fourth house. This is Cancer. This is like the home energy. So they may want to like do things around the home to like fix the home or make it look nice and decorate the home. I see this also as like, in one way, it could be somebody that likes to bake a lot in the home, like taking that action towards baking and nurturing the people in their home, or just like fixing it or decorating it so that it feels very safe and secure for their family. So they're going to take action to protect their emotional boundaries, as well as protect their loved ones. They see their children or spouse or whoever is really connected to them as like their lifeline. So anybody tries to threaten that, that's where you're really going to see that aggressive Mars energy push that Cancer forward. forward. They may also take action towards expressing their feelings and expressing how they feel with those closest to them, and finding a way to maybe communicate in a healthy way or to connect physically in a healthy way, which is going to take me towards the sexual part. This is the energy that's going to take action towards taking care of those that are in need, or if somebody's feeling sick in their home. Very nurturing energy, similar to what I had mentioned before about like baking. If someone in their family or their close one is sick, I see this person as like making them a chicken noodle soup or some type of broth, even tea, to bring and nurture those that they really care for. So when it comes to the physical nature or the pleasure side of Mars in Cancer, we're going to see a very sensual and nurturing energy also in the bed. These are one of the most romantic signs when it comes to bed pleasures. They're going to be drawn towards trustworthy and honest partners. So that's going to be essential for them in order to really feel like they can give themselves to you in that emotional type of way, physical. And they're not going to really give much of themselves if they don't feel that first. So I feel like this is the more kissing, pleasure, touching, hugging. They need to feel first like all of that love and cuddliness before engaging in anything further. All right, next up we have Mars in the sign of Leo. These people are going to act on creativity, on self-recognition, and also leadership possibilities or roles. They are going to want to pursue creative projects like an art project, let's say like theater or a drama role, anything that they can really express themselves creatively or be the leader of something. So that's where you're really going to see them stand up and take charge. Music is something that they can have a passion towards and take action on. In their professional and personal lives, they're going to want to take leadership. So this could be like wanting to get a manager role, or maybe signing up for PTO where they can help in the school and really set things aside for the children and organize things, being that leader. They're really going to stand up for themselves or others when they feel that they are wronged or that others are wrong. So this is a very defensive energy, especially if they feel like you are hurting someone or wronging someone that they care about, or if it's them themselves. That's where you're really going to hear the Leo roar energy there. These people may do things to seek recognition or admiration from others. That will really give them a fire or light the fire for them if they can feel the sense of recognition for their work or just for something that they're doing. They are going to want to pursue a career that can really showcase their skills and talents. When it comes to group activities, they're going to want to take charge and make decisions for others. And I think that sometimes can meet with some pushback. So really just be careful that it's okay with everyone else in the group and that we're not just pushing our way into that position, and just make sure that it's all balanced between everyone. Now, when it comes to the sexual nature of Mars and Leo, this is a partner that's going to want their significant other to really put a lot of emphasis, a lot of energy on them. I feel like they would want their partner to go all out, like set up the romantic dinner, the candles, all that type of stuff for someone who has Mars and Leo. They want to feel admired and feel like their partner is really giving them attention before they give themselves in that type of way. A partner who is devoted and who is respectful is really going to go a long way with Mars and Leo. And this prideful energy may also drive them to want to be the best in bed. It may be a performance for them. Not to say that they're faking or anything, but they're going to want to be good at everything they do, and that includes in the sheets. I also see that they will want their partner to do the same in return. So if they're going to give their best in bed, they're going to want their partner to do the same in return for them. Next up, we have Mars in the sign of Virgo. So here we're bringing in that Mercury again, but it's Virgo, so it's more of an analytical and possible overthinking. I see these people as wanting to work and can really excel in working with their hands. So when they do take action towards something, they're going to take an analytical approach. But if they can do it in a more tactile way where they're able to use their fingers, like woodworking or like building something very small and detailed that other people may not like, I feel like Mars and Virgo will really enjoy that and help them stay for the longer run when completing something. Not to say that they're going to give up on anything. I just find it they will enjoy it more if they're able to use their hands. They're going to take a more organized and analytical approach to their personal lives as well as their professional lives, and taking action towards pursuing anything that they desire. They're going to really think it through and sometimes it can seep into overthinking and kind of feeling in that anxiety, getting in that anxiety energy. There could be possible careers here in engineering, healthcare, or accountant type things, or insurance. A good thing for Mars in Virgo would be growing something, because we have that earth energy. So maybe gardening, getting your hands in the dirt, or building something. Again, like I mentioned before, like woodworking. They're really gonna like those DIY projects and may take action towards fixing things in the home, especially if it's like drywall or something that's broken and it needs some type of repair. They can bring that meticulous approach when it comes to work and hobbies. They're gonna also take action towards improving their health and their nutrition, because this is the sixth house of health and routines, hobbies, as well as pets. Those with Mars in Virgo may also take action towards community pursuits or being of service, because sixth house also wants to be of service and help others. So this can be through volunteering, being the team coach of their child's baseball team, anything that they feel like they are being of service to the community. Now, when it comes to the sensual and sexual pleasure of Mars in Virgo, they are going to want to please their partner and bring that sense of pleasure, and they may overthink it as well. So that's something to be very careful about, is not overthinking, what is my partner like, and does she like this, did she not like that, or did he not like this or that? Because remember, this is the service energy, so they want to please and be of service to the partner, and we want to be careful that we're not overdoing it or overthinking it. And also, I see that they're not able to enjoy any type of sexual pleasure if they feel that their partner is not enjoying it either. So it's going to be more like a balanced thing. They want to make sure that they're pleasing and also being pleased. And hygiene, good hygiene, is going to be very important with somebody with Mars in Virgo. So I see this as somebody who can possibly be nitpicky about their partner, and oh, your fingernails are dirty, or you don't smell too good. Like, just keep that in mind, that they can put a lot of emphasis towards the other person's hygiene, whoever they're with. Now, they're going to be pretty good with hygiene. Aspects, please, guys, keep that in mind. Aspects and house placement, just saying in general, they can be very clean themselves, and they're going to want their partner, or have to have their partner, be as well, like really good with hygiene and really meticulous about fingernails or just scents and things like that. Okay, next up we have Mars in the sign of Libra. So these people may take action towards creating a peaceful environment or peaceful situations and relationships. So they're going to want to work towards making sure that they have a peaceful environment wherever they are. This could be within the home. This could also be in their work environment. They don't like when there is any type of rivalry or any type of tension, and they are going to put a lot of effort towards making sure that that is not the case wherever they are. Anytime that I talk about Libra energy, whether it's Venus or Mercury or Moon, I always make sure to say to have strong boundaries. And the reason I say this is because Libra can have the tendency to have that mentality of peace at all costs, and that can be at detriment to themselves. So we don't want that here. We don't want somebody to be a placemat, or that people use you as a stepping stone. So make sure that your boundaries are really strong. I understand that this energy and these people are going to want to have peace, and they don't like conflict or chaos, but sometimes you have to know when to really put up your strong boundaries, even if that means that there may be some disruption or there may be some tension. Now, when it comes to the sensual and sexual energy, seduction is going to be very important here, and this is going to come through the senses and through the connection with the other partner. So connection is very crucial, because Libra naturally wants that partnership, and they're going to want somebody that's just as committed as they are, or just as serious as they are about companionship or partnership. Thoughtful romantic actions like love letters. I see this also as like maybe a candlelit dinner is really going to go a long way for Mars in Libra type of people. Not type of people, but people with Mars in Libra. Extra care may be taken to please their partner, and they may not ask for that in return. So that's why I always say make sure that you are also getting back what you are giving. I also see this energy as being a bit picky when it comes to the setting. And that doesn't mean that everything needs to be perfect, but they're going to want to like set the scene and have like romantic soft music going, or possible like candles, really nice scents. Like it's a it's a process to get to that for them, and they really enjoy that. Okay, next up we have Mars in the sign of Scorpio. So Mars is comfortable here, it is at home here in the sign of Scorpio, but we're also bringing in that Plutonian energy as well. So here we're going to see that intensity, the depth, the darkness, the transformation, all of that here when it comes to taking action. So they will take action towards solving something. If you give them something like a puzzle or a mystery or something like that that needs to be solved, that's where you're really gonna see like a full straight on, head on type of drive with those with Mars and Scorpio. Caution here with any type of over controlling energy or possessiveness. So that's just something to keep in mind with a lot of Scorpio placements, not just Mars, but it's something to watch out for. Caution is going to be needed here when it comes to compulsive behavior or controlling behavior. We also want to be mindful with triggers here with those with Mars and Scorpio, because there is a subconscious desire for intensity, and they may do things or act out in a certain way just to bring that in, or like a magnet attracted to them. So just be cautious of that, and if that is the case, do that in a more healthy manner, in a healthy way. Because we are dealing with the 8th house energy here, they are going to seek deep transformative things and take action towards that. Now that could be that they themselves become a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Either way, they're going to want to delve into those deep psyche things that are hidden, possibly also occult. They could like get into the occult or get into those topics or be interested in researching about it. Okay, now when it comes to sensual sexual pleasures with those with Mars and Scorpio, they are going to take a very deep, intense approach to those type of topics. Now that doesn't mean that it's intense or negative. They may just enjoy more taboo like sexual pleasures, like maybe tantric sex, or maybe BDSM type things, or just kinky things. They're going to probably want their partner to be addicted to them in a sexual way, like that turns them on. Knowing that they can please their partner and that their partner desires them or has like a magnetic attraction to them really turns them on. Now here's the energy that exchanges mental, emotional, and psychological energies through sex. You may also use sex to penetrate your partner's mind, heart, and soul without even realizing it. Now, as I mentioned before, I believe that a tantric approach would be best for those with Mars in Scorpio, because tantric is going to really have you sit and take the time, like gazing into each other's eyes or blindfolding each other and like just touching each other and feeling each other's energy and just touching the other person's skin. It's a very soulful, deep type of connection, and it's not more of like the kinky side. Not to say that that's wrong, but this is more of the like deep soul connection type of practice, and I think that that would be really good for those with Mars and Scorpio. Next up, we have Mars in the sign of Sagittarius. So here we have that Jupiterian energy. We have the expansion and optimistic side. So here we're going to see action taken towards learning other languages, towards learning other cultures, or learning something spiritual, or learning something philosophical or religion. They're just going to want to learn a lot of things and may like to take a little bit from everything. Your love of travel and exploration may really cultivate that love and that desire to learn from other cultures. Your spirituality and ideology is what really is going to expand your desire to see the bigger picture and find a bigger meaning in life. Also be cautious towards being a little bit too blunt or a little bit too straightforward, because that can come off as being insensitive towards others. It may be hard to commit because you have such a freeing spirit and you may not want to be constrained by a relationship or a partner. So just be cautious of that if you are somebody with Mars in Sagittarius, to really give them the space to be themselves, to go explore, and not be too overly clingy with them. When it comes to dealing with challenges or oppositions, I see them being a little bit more optimistic and positive. With this energy, I see a desire and drive towards learning and maybe even teaching. So that's something to keep in mind, that teaching also is going to be a good outlet for this energy. Now, when it comes to sensual pleasures, we are going to have somebody here that is going to be very spontaneous when it comes to those matters and topics of the bed. They like risky things. So this could be somebody that likes to do maybe something risky out in public. Not to say that that is the case. I'm just saying that I don't think that they would turn it away depending on aspects. They can also express their needs pretty bluntly. They may have a fun approach in bed and be a little bit more just not so serious. It's not so, you know, it has to be this way or everything has to be perfect. They're just more relaxed and laid back. Just make sure that if you do have this placement, to maybe deliver your needs in a more sensitive, soft approach, because this energy can be blunt. You know, this is the Sagittarius energy. I feel like they're going to want to be fun and feel like they can laugh and giggle with their partner. So if they feel that they're comfortable with you and they can bring out their humorous side, then you'll really see them relax when it comes to that type of energy. I also don't see this as being like grandiose and big romantic gestures. I don't see this like setting up the atmosphere and all that stuff. Also, they may enjoy sexual challenges with their partner, so maybe that's something to bring into the bedroom. All right, next up we have Mars in the sign of Capricorn. So Mars is exalted in Capricorn. We have the Saturnian energy here. That is the hard worker, the discipline, the structure and order energy. So here we're going to see action towards setting goals, and they're going to be very serious about the goals that they set. And this could be for others or even for themselves. They're really going to want to achieve those long-term goals, and they're going to set and have the patience for it. So there's going to be a high value towards hard work and determination. We're going to want to make sure that we have some type of stress management in place for those with Mars in Cancer, because this can easily lean towards the overworking, overdoing it, and then causing physical illness towards the body. Just make sure that you have some prevention for burnout and that you are taking time out to rest and really care for yourselves. There may be possible issues here with professional and personal lives. So I see this as bringing work home and maybe just not finding a good balance between your friends and family and your work. So that's something to keep in mind here, is that make sure you're not bringing work home. Work is at work, or the time that you put aside for work, just make sure that it's equal or balanced with the time that you have set aside for self-care, for other people, and for relationships, so that they're not blending together and then eventually work ends up being the top focus in your life. Also, social status and your reputation may affect your self-esteem. So I think that it's important to keep in mind that you are worthy as just being yourself. You don't have to achieve big goals in order to feel like you're worthy of being. I know this energy a lot. I have a lot of this energy. So I do know that it's important to be okay with who you are, just for who you are, not for what you do. Mentorship and role modeling are very important for Mars in Capricorn, and also wanting to find those higher positions, whether it be at work or, you know, within the school or at home. So when it comes to sensual pleasures in the bedroom, this is still wanting to be top notch, wanting to be the best. So in the sheets, they are also going to want to make sure that they are performing at their best. So I see this as taking effort in learning what your partner likes. So this is also like studying what your partner likes and really taking note and noticing what pleases the other person, and then even like writing it down or just keeping it in your memory so that you can do it again and maybe even like perfect it. So trying to like practicing it and doing it over and over again so that you know that your partner is really being pleased and happy with you. I feel like people can probably be surprised by the sexual intensity of Mars and Capricorn. I feel like people are probably not expecting it because you're so cool, calm, and collective on the exterior, but internally there's a very strong passion, because remember, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So I see some partners can possibly be surprised by that. Sorry, my dog was barking. I think I got that through. I was saying that their partners may be surprised by their sexual intensity. Oh, let me bring her up. Okay. Okay. This is that saying that goes, she's a lady in the... Wait. What? Lady in the streets, but a freak in the... This is that saying that goes, she's a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. Like, this is... Lily, this is the definition of that. That's Mars in Capricorn. Next up, we have Mars in Aquarius. So here we're still dealing with the Saturnian energy, but we're also bringing in some Uranus quirkiness into the mix. So here, problem solving is going to require creativity and innovation. So here we're going to see motivation and drive towards innovation and change. So they're going to take an approach of achieving their goals in an innovative and unique way. I will say here that there is a lot of benefits towards collaboration and collaborating with others and working in teams to achieve a desired outcome. Mars in Aquarius can be very passionate about social justice and equality. So my little word of advice would be to follow your passion and what ignites your soul, because there is strength in being yourself and accepting your own unique quirks and your own unique way of pursuing things or taking action on things. Also, possible interest in technology or doing work with like electricity or even astrology. Now, when it comes to sensual pleasures in the bed, we're going to see a very unique and different approach to those matters. I see that there's maybe a possible dislike to like regular routine, like maybe wanting to try different positions or not liking the normal missionary style. I see this as wanting to try different places, different positions. This is another sign I feel like tantric will be pretty fun for them, or some type of like Kama Sutra. I don't see the sign of doing like a big romantic gesture in order to pursue the person that they're interested in. Possibly going to be attracted towards those that are similar to them. So maybe more eccentric, unique features, somebody who's rebellious and different. There also may be an arousal towards forbidden sexual encounters. That doesn't mean illegal, just saying forbidden. All right, next up we have Mars in the sign of Pisces. So here we're bringing in the energy of Jupiter as well as the energy of Neptune. So this placement inspires creativity, dreamlike activities, and also a spiritual approach. So here we're going to possibly see a tendency towards escapist behaviors or avoidance. This can be due to possible difficulties with boundaries. So make sure that you are setting strong boundaries against anyone at work or even at home, because you can have a tendency to be overly sensitive and compassionate towards others' needs and maybe not receive that energy back. Because you can have a tendency to be overly sensitive, compassionate, and empathetic towards others' needs and not really getting that back in return. Here we're going to want to filter our love of beauty and imagination, and I think a possible good filter would be through art. So pursuing something creative, something artistic can really help this energy flow more naturally. Here we're going to see a strong emphasis on self-care and rest, because overworking or overdoing it or overstressing can lead to physical illness within the body. So always make sure that you are taking plenty of time for rest, taking baths, especially like if you could take a salt bath, I think it'll be great. Having a very relaxing and nurturing environment that you can come to at the end of the day would be really beneficial. Mars in Pisces is really going to require self-awareness and mindfulness, as well as healthy outlets for their energy, like I said, through art or something creative. Now, when it comes to sensual pleasures, I feel like these people may be attracted to the underdogs. That's more of like your fuckboy energy or your toxic woman energy, because you may be drawn towards them due to your empathy and possible like trying to fix them. So we don't want to do that. When it comes to sexual pleasures, you can be very self-sacrificing or putting an emphasis too much on the other partner and not so much on your own needs. So just be careful about that and make sure that it's very balanced and that you are also receiving as much as you are giving. I feel like this is also a partner that can be very intuitively connected to whoever they are with, and I think they can intuitively know what the other partner likes, and they're going to want to please them in that way and do things that they really feel like their partner will like. They're also going to need a partner that they can feel intuitively connected to, and that there's a strong spiritual bond between them if they're going to feel comfortable enough to open themselves up to another person. And as always, set strong boundaries in the bed as well. If you're not comfortable with something, make sure that you are letting the other person know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel, as I will be making more content every week for you guys. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.